there, friends. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name is Angela. I'm the Inquisitive Farm Wife, and you never know what we're gonna do. And today I'm getting ready to go do chores, and I thought I might just take you all along with me and show you one of the newest things that I've been doing. It's something I like to try to do kind of seasonally, and we are in the season of milk. Right now I have an abundance of milk. I've been making cheese, and after you make cheese, you get whey. What do you do with it? You feed it to the animals. I know it looks kind of gross, but this is a bucket of whey in one of my feed buckets that I put here a few days ago after making ricotta from some cheese that I made. So I turned a sweet whey into ricotta, and now I have a acidic whey that I'm going to use to soak grains for the birds. So in years past, I have soaked my grains in like an overnight soak, but because we're having some unusually cooler weather, I decided to try to do a ferment. So I believe it was two or 3 days ago. I think you're supposed to let it go 3 days. I had some whey left over from goat's milk that was not acidic, and so it'll be a protein-rich source. And I divided it up into some buckets, and I added some feed for the bird feed in it. And now we're going to check it out and see what it looks like. Okay, so here it is. And this one, I don't see much of any action. Oh, there's a few bubbles. But in this one, I am definitely seeing some bubbles. So it is definitely fermenting. And it appears underneath there is some liquid. So I don't know if that is what that's from. If it is from condensation or what. Because I actually had this tote over the top to make sure no critters or anything got in there. So I've decided, since it's only been the 2 days, and I think you're supposed to go like up to 3. The one that wasn't bubbling as much, we're gonna pick it up. Oh, we're gonna take it. It's starting to smell kind of sweet and definitely fermenty. And I'm gonna put it here by where I keep the feed. And let's see. Oh, this will work. I am gonna put this on top of that. And I might go ahead, just in case the dogs won't get tempted, to put something a little heavier on top. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh, maybe not. I'm gonna go ahead and put an old tank over the top. There we go. Now that I know that that is kind of like a double fortress here of keeping it protected, we're gonna leave that like that for now. And then we're gonna take this. I'm gonna have to find a stir stick of some sort. It looks like it has swollen up actually really well. And we're gonna go feed this to the chickens. By tomorrow, hopefully, it will be even less watery. We'll find out. Okay, we are now down with all of the poultry. You can hear everybody. We've got the peacocks. They're hiding out and they're staring at me through the vent. We've got the turkey boys here. On the other side, we have the ducks and geese, and then the chickens are on the even further side. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna kind of stir it up. Ugh, my hand's gonna get a little dirty and a little messy. And this is cold. I know in the summer this could really make a mess with like flies and things. But remember, chickens, they like flies and maggots. It's a treat to them. So I may continue this in the warmer days ahead. Let's see if I can't get in here to the turkeys. Okay. So again, I'm wanting to make sure it's all stirred up. And we're going to throw some, now the turkeys don't like the watery stuff as much as like the chickens do and the ducks. So I'll only give them 1 scoop of water, and then the rest of it is going to be the grains, which I know they love. And I'm giving them like half of what they would normally eat. And that is what I've heard to do. But we will be feeding, remember, another bucket to them tomorrow. To be truthful, I rarely ever get them on video to do anything. So this doesn't surprise me one bit. So now I'm going to move over to the waterfowl, and we're going to reach over the fence, and we're going to give them some of this feed also. And I have a feeling, oh boy, they will like it. And so let's see. And now let's take the remainder of this to the chickens. I'm going to get the kind here and put in this one because there is a pinhole. And then I'm going to dump wetter stuff in this one. Okay. See, it takes them absolutely no time at all. They're smart. They're like, ooh, tasty food. Yes, thank you. I like this. They actually adore, and there's my guineas, they adore goat's milk whey that is, that I didn't make anything out of, that I left a little of the protein in there. They love it. Okay, so we're back up in the shed where the feed is, and I'm trying to find a place I can put you where you can watch, see what I do. So what I want to do is I'm going to get 2 more buckets ready since we have some whey available. And we just use coffee cans around here for scoops. And I'm going to put a scoop of, this is just scratch feed, because I know these things are what actually is going to, the shells and things on them will help ferment. So this is good to have, and they love it, of course. And then what I have here is like a goose and duck, and I don't know if you can see, that. It has like higher protein, and the corn is cracked larger. So I'm gonna put a scoop of that in each of one of these. And these are nice rounded scoops. And then we have the layer feed. As you can see, it is finer. And I kind of mix it. Usually, like my peacocks and the fowl and the turkeys and the guineas all kind of need a higher protein than, say, the chicken. And I also like to use it for the ducks and geese. So I just kind of feed them all the same, and I kind of mix it all together. I know it's confusing. But there's things in each one of them that I really like for my birds, and I try to keep the betterment of their health at kind of the top of my mind when I do this. And this is all stuff that has been locally milled, so it's fresh, and I trust their formulas that they use, even though I make my own when I get here. The original formula I'm really I'm happy with. So now that I mix all 3 of them together, I'll bring you in closer. I'm just gonna mix it up before we pour that water on there, or the whey on there. Now this will be an acidic whey, so it'll be kind of fun to see. I'm trying to remember the ratio of what I did. I think it was about the same of a 1:1:1. I think. That was 2 days ago, guys. That was 2 days ago. You can't expect me to remember what I did 2 days ago. And let's go down to the other shed where I'm kind of storing the whey. I put it in there just so the dogs wouldn't mess with it. We'll just see how they do with this, with the metal on top of the plastic. I'm afraid they might try to get into it because dogs like chicken feed. Did you know that? I have this one dog, Bear, my guardian dog, and he just kind of has to try everything. He is the ruler of the farm, and as long as he gets to taste it, he's cool. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'm gonna pop this lid off, move this out of the way. And then I'm going to take our buckets and we're going to put them side by side where the flat lips meet. And I'm going to put this and cross over the middle because it tends to, it tends to get in the way. So now I'm going to try to equally pour into each bucket. I'm just grabbing a stick and I'm just going to kind of stir this up. Oh, that broke off. Get that out of there. I'm going to stir this up just to make sure that the liquid is in there good. And this also will give you video of what it looks like so that as the days progress, we can see if it soaked it up. Since I didn't have the original one in there. Uh-oh, my weed is getting weak. So we're just kind of soaking this, getting it good and wet. Because I know there's critters that go in this barn. That is why I have this tote. And I don't know if you'll be able to see me do this. I'll try to angle it with one hand. Go over the top, and I'm going to push it down. And there we go. Oh, there we go. Here it is. There we go. Now that's over the top. And fingers crossed it'll keep critters out because it did last time. So hopefully it will this time too. And I don't feel the need to have to put a weight on it or anything because it is inside a shed. This is just a storage shed. It's my old milking barn where I had the equipment, like the pump or whatever. And then I would run the electricity and stuff there. And we found a better solution for that. So now I just kind of store extra stuff in there. And I thought, well, this could be a fermentation area for when I want to do that. If it does well, I've heard that this can really help cheapen the feed bill. But for me, it's just one more way to use that whey. But if I can feed them less feed and it gives them more nutrition, I'm all about it. Now, am I going to do this 100% of the time? No. It'll be more like a treat for them. And it definitely will be seasonal. This is something I do not plan on doing in the house. I don't want to draw any unwanted smells or anything like that in the house. But the weather is cool right now, so why not give it a go? Okay, it is the next day, and I checked, and the peacocks actually did not eat all of theirs. But let's look inside so you can see what this... Oh yeah, we're definitely fermented and bubbly now. This is great. So we'll feed the rest of this. And look, I want to show you this when I get this in the back of the buggy. You can see that they did swell up a little bit more. There's a little less liquid in there. And there is the scum on the top. I could skim that off possibly, but I mean, jiggle, jiggle. And we saw those bubbles, so that's good for their gut biome. They don't really have guts, though, but it's good for them. Okay, here is the other. And what I mean by other is that I have this other batch that we made with the acidic whey. Look, and it had less liquid in it than the first one. There is no liquid on it, and so it wanted to try to mold in some very, very small spots of it. So we'll have to pull that off, but it's because there wasn't enough liquid and it soaked it all up. So reference for that. Okay, here we can kind of see it better. See, it did not move at all. So And so for the second bucket, I went ahead and I just added some extra water on here just to make sure that the liquid would cover all of the feed.
Clear off. But I will say it has been more humid. We got rain, and so that could affect it too.
Guys, I hope that you enjoyed doing something a little different with me today, and in celebration of June and Dairy Month and all of the things that we do with our dairy or leftover dairy, I thought I would share this with you as one of the installments. So we'll see you next time here at the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Bye for now.